Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone. Welcome back. Now we continue with part 2 of quadratic functions, focusing on the roots of quadratic equations. Today we are going to focus on how to form new quadratic equations from the given information. Okay, let's see example number 1. Now, in this process, we are going to use the information for the old roots or the original roots given in order to form new equations with the new roots. Okay, let's see example number 1. Given alpha and beta are the roots of 2x squared plus 8x plus 5 equals to 0. We are required to form a quadratic equation with roots of 2 alpha and 2 beta. So now, before we can identify the sum of root and product of roots here, we have to make sure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. So we divide every term with 2, we get x squared plus 4x plus 5 over 2 equals to 0. Now from here only we can identify the sum of root of this original equation. So the sum of root is alpha plus beta. So the roots are given here. Alpha and beta are the roots. So alpha plus beta equals. From the equation, we know that the sum of root is negative 4. Yeah? And the product of roots is alpha times beta. And we take from the equation is equals to 5 over 2. Now these are the sum of root and the product of roots from the original equation. Now the new roots are 2 alpha and 2 beta. So the sum of them is 2 alpha plus 2 beta. But we don't know what is the value. We need to calculate what is the value for the sum of root. Now in the process, we have to use the information from the original root. When we factorize this, we have to multiply alpha plus beta. Here we already know that alpha plus beta is equals to negative 4. We can just substitute negative 4 here. So giving us the sum of root for the new equation is negative 8. Settle with the sum of root. Now let's see the product of root of the new equation. So the new roots are 2 alpha times 2 beta. Simplify this, we get 4 alpha beta. 4 alpha beta, so we substitute alpha beta, taking the information from the first part. So we get 4 times 5 over 2. So we simplify this, you get equals to 10. So 10 is our new product of roots. So now we have information that we need. So we just substitute the new roots into the new equations using the sum of root here, negative 8, and the product of root 10. Right? We haven't done yet. Simplify this part. So you get x squared plus 8x plus 10 equals to 0. Let's see question number 2. Here we are required to form a quadratic equation with roots p plus 2 and q plus 2. So firstly, we just write down the initial equation, and then we must make sure the coefficient of x squared is 1. Therefore, we divide every terms with 2 so that we get x squared plus 3x. 7 over 2 equals 0. So from here, we identify the sum of root. The roots are p and q. So the sum is p plus q equals to negative 3. So this is the sum of root is negative 3. And the product of roots are 7 over 2. The roots are pq, so p times q equals to 7 over 2. We compare the roots given in the information in the question with the equation. Yeah? So these are the initial roots with the sum and the product of them. Now let's work on the new sum of root and product of roots with the new roots. Okay, the sum of them is p plus 2 plus q plus 2. So we get 4 plus p plus q. So we substitute the p plus q using the information from the earlier information here. So p plus q is -3. We just substitute here -3 and we calculate, we get the sum of root is 1. And then the product of root is p plus 2 times q plus 2. So this part you must do it carefully because you have to expand them. Yeah. So when we expand these two brackets, we get pq plus 2 pq plus 2p plus 2q plus 4, and we factorize 2 here. So now we need to know the value of pq and the value of p plus q so that we can substitute with the values. Okay, now pq is 7 over 2 and p plus q is -3. You just substitute into this part and we get the, so this 3 over 2 is the product of roots for the new equation. Now since we have all the information needed, we can now substitute them into the new equation. Okay, so just substitute there. You get x squared minus 1x plus 3 over 2 equals to 0. So this is the new equation. But we must not leave it like this. It should be written as, now here I just multiply everything with 2. So you get 2x squared minus 2x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, that's how we form new equation with new root. Let's move on to question number 3. I suggest before you proceed with this video, you pause it and do it yourself first, and then you continue checking your answers with the video. Okay, are required to form a quadratic equation with the roots of j over 3 and k over 3. So here we just need to use the information from the original equation. But before that, we must divide the equation with 3 so that the coefficient of x squared is 1. So we get x squared minus 5 over 3x minus 2 equals, we identify the sum of root, which is j plus k. Yeah, the root is j and k. So j plus k equals to 5 over 3 here. And the product of root is j times k. J times k equals to -2 here. Right, now for the new roots. Now the new roots, the sum is j over 3 plus k over 3. It is j plus k over 3. Then we use the information about j plus k from the first one. So we get 5 over 3 over 3 equals to 5 over 9. So this 5 over 9 is the sum of root for the new equation. Now let's go on to the product of root. So j over 3 times k over 3 is jk over 9. Now we substitute jk using the information here. Jk equals to -2. -2 over 9. So this is the product of roots for the new equation. So since we have all the information needed, we just substitute into the new equation the place for sum of root here and the product of root here. So we get x squared minus 5 over 9x plus -2 over 9. Is you have to simplify them, especially this part, plus negative. But I'm going to simplify together with this denominator 9. So you multiply everything with 9, so you get 9x squared minus 5x minus 2 equals to 0. So this is our quadratic equation with the roots of j over 3 and k over 3. If you follow the steps I've shown in the video, you should be able to solve and to form quadratic equations easily. And thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time. Bye.